My name is Valentina Esparza. My clothing line is called V Esparza, and then I have a t-shirt line called T-Town Tees. I got started, actually my friend Maddie and Joanna had a sewing party, and I sewed up a bag from this material I found at Living Arts where I was volunteering at the time, and then made another bag after that, and it sold, and then I made another bag. Then eventually Indian Purim came around and I got to designing a show because I said, what the hell. So this will be my 6th show. Oh my god, 6 shows. So 6 shows down after this one. Don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Even if I'm broke, if I can't eat, I will buy zippers instead of food, but yeah. I mean, I do everything from conceptual, which is really the core of everything that I do, like the street art corset and skirt, to wearable stuff, which is distressed denim dyed. That's actually a project I recently took up with my friend Leanne, and everything from tank tops to hand embroidered bags. Alexander McQueen will always be the only designer and the house now that I follow, because it's just so inspirational, and it just proves that you can really do anything that you want and no one can say anything, because that's fashion. That's the whole point of fashion. It's really inspirational. T-Town Tees was started after I saw a photograph that my friend Erica Neal took of the Golden Driller, and I kind of did some research and, found out that I could, in fact, print them on a t-shirt, so I changed it up a little, changed the Tulsa misspell to T-Town, started selling those out of dwelling spaces, and that's been 3 years this September. Honestly, I think we're bringing the flavor like Fashion Meets Art and all the other designers in town. We are bringing an actual fashion scene to Tulsa. With Fashion Night Out, I think that was boosted, and with all the events that went on last year, I think the biggest thing now is just growing that network, inspiring people to approach fashion design that have always wanted to do it, and give them a community to do it in. The name of the show is called The Lost Boys. It's kind of a takeoff Peter Pan. The first showing is March 31st at Nude 8, Ideal Ballroom downtown.
Look at my life. What have I done? I let you down. But look at me. Look at me now. I said, well. I said, well.
Make it fast. 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 Make it.
My name is Aaron Bernard, and I am the Assistant Program Director for 105.3 K-Jams and our AM station KGTO The Touch.
My name is Shannon Chambers. My DJ name is DJ Shannon Chambers.
I am the host and creator of the Old School Sunday Night Live, a Sunday night show that airs from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. every Sunday night on 105.3 FM. And it's a show that basically covers all aspects or genres that fall under the urban landscape, I guess you could call it, from the 70s, 80s, and 90s: soul, funk, disco, old school hip-hop, reggae, and dance music. So it covers the whole gamut of urban music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Man, I actually went to ORU.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it happens like that. And then I moved back to Chicago. And actually, while I was here, I realized that Tulsa had an underground scene. Began to connect with the cast. Had a record store that was pretty fly, thing one back in the day. And so I made a nice little group of friends here, Aaron included. And so I moved back to Chicago and, kind of got tired of the city life. Not necessarily the entertainment and the excitement, but just the hustle and bustle of everyday life. And so I said, you know what, I got a good base in Tulsa, let me go back there and see what happens, And yeah, man, it was pretty cool because I reconnected with my brother, Jossie. We created Soul Therapy, started doing nights, producing remixes, got my own radio show. Started doing part of Aaron's radio show, once a month, and so, things actually been moving forward,
Originally traveled across the country as a kid, but spent my primary influential time growing up in New York, starting in Queens in about 1979, all the way from 6th grade all the way to graduation of high school. Got exposed to the beginning cultures of hip-hop at that time, so that was what introduced me to hip-hop culture and got me involved in DJing and an interest in DJing and interest in b-boying, dance, graffiti, all the elements of hip-hop from the early days. I got exposed to that in New York.
I got it from the hood, straight up. I mean, one of my friends, Damon, said this. I don't know if it's his quote, but I'm going to give him credit for it. He said, a DJ that doesn't dance is like a writer who doesn't read. And so I came to DJing through being a dancer, We was all b-boys back in the day, then Shabba-doo. And, then we started going to the house clubs and kind of switched over to that format, high tops and everything.
Opportunity to go to broadcasting school while in the Army and served for the Far East Network, Okinawa, AFRTS. Did broadcasting in Okinawa and spent some time in the Philippines as an assignment. So basically my broadcasting career got started in the military, and when I got out in 1991, started working in some civilian stations, one in North Carolina, and eventually moved my way around the country and worked my way to Oklahoma in 1995, and have been here in Oklahoma since 1995 doing radio.
It was really like at a block party, I saw a DJ just going bananas, and we was going bananas because he was going bananas. And I was like, man, I got to get into this. And so I followed that cat home. We all lived in the same hood, and he would put his decks out, every day, faithfully. And I check him out, and one day he was like, yo, you want to get on? And I was like, what? Yeah. And so I've been on ever since, spending my lunch money, skipping school to go get records. I mean, it was a bad addiction. It still is, really.
It's just now you're addicted to MP3s.
Yeah, exactly. But the hunt is always on.
Is a guest DJ element. There's a circle of friends and people that I roll with that are DJs. And matter of fact, a couple of them are participants on my show. Shannon One Sound is one of them. DJ Chills, Chris Hill is another who comes on once a month on my Sunday show, one of the segments of the show, the dance set, and they do live mixing and DJing of dance music, house music. And I do that myself as well outside of the radio station.
And it's kind of all the above. I mean, it depends on which day you catch me. I mean, I love to spin deep house music. I'm Chicago, but I love hip hop. I love Latin music. I love neo soul. I love it all. And if you give me a platform where I can play it all, I'm going in straight up.
And I tend to try to do DJ gigs that allow me to play the kind of music that I'm really connected and close to, whether that be soul, funk, house, reggae, and even some hip hop as well, and neo soul and whatnot. So yeah, that's also a part of my life and what I do.
Last Saturday of every month at Enzo is when we kind of take it back. We call it Superfly. It's dedicated to old soul and funk, rare groove. I mean, anything that pops, I mean, I'm gonna put it on, First Saturday of the month is when we go over to 2-9 and do a deep house night, me and Jossie. We call it Soul Therapy for the soul. And then our third Saturday is at Lot 6. Me and Eric do that. It's called the Vinyl Word because we actually use vinyl during that night. It's not all vinyl, but we do take it back to the source. And it's, anything from drum and bass to hip hop, everything in between. I mean, anything can happen that night,
We are starting a reggae night once a month at Club Cream, and we've already done one. Did one, the first one in February, and this month in March, the next one is going to be the 30th. So we're going to try and build that to be once a month, every month, and it may become something even more often at Club Cream. So that's coming up, and looking forward to that reggae night there.
Part of what connected me and Aaron was the fact that he was from New York and I was from Chicago, and New Yorkians and Chicagoans have a different perspective on music, I mean, the roots run deep, in so much that your favorite DJ, he didn't have tunnel vision growing up. You know, he didn't play one genre. This is what I play and nothing else. I play this and nothing else. No, they played everything from funk to soul to jazz, house, hip hop, Euro pop music. You know, whatever's hot, they're working it in. And so we had that perspective, and that's what we bring to our music. You know, if you give us the platform, we getting in.
Hippies